afternoon. Here to talk about the numbers, Sun, the distance, and Earth's diameter, how I work it out. Somebody asked me. It's difficult for me because I don't know if the person who, a few people have mentioned it, I don't know what level of education people are at with the comments, right? But everybody thinks I'm a dodo. I assure you, I am no dodo. I guarantee you that. What we have, I'm going to do this real quick and start another post, just so this concentrates on one thing. Have to remember, flat earthers, I am doing this as a round earth system because that is what I know, okay? Last thing I need to do is start mixing that up. I've got to use the information that I have, right? But I'm not saying it's either way. I think you know that by now. I don't trust anything they say. We have a sun. They tell us that it has a diameter of 1,390,000 kilometers. This is what they tell us. How did they work it out? I don't know. Parallax and this, and then standing on the shoulders of giants, aren't we? They also tell us that the distance to planet Earth from the sun is 150 million kilometers. How did they work that out? Well, probably the same day that they worked out the sun's diameter. Who knows? But we have 150 million kilometers. That's what they tell us. Right? Ba-boom, ba-boom. Earth's diameter, they tell us, is 12,742 kilometers. 12,742 kilometers. Now, the numbers I keep coming up with when I say, right, I'm using a 3mm bulb as a sun, or a 1 centimeter bulb, and then you can easily work out the distance to Earth and Earth's diameter. You only need one piece of information. Somebody gives you the Earth's diameter, you can then work out what the distance to the sun would be with that diameter and the sun's diameter, right? If you get given a distance, right, if the distance between the sun and Earth was such and such amount of kilometers, you could work out the sun's diameter and Earth's diameter. All you need is one number, and you can work everything else out. With the numbers that they've given us, the first one I always do, which is important, is we divide the 150 million by the sun's diameter. So we divide the distance by the sun's diameter. 150 million kilometers divided by 1,390,000 kilometers is 108. That's why I always say there are 108 suns. There are 108 sun diameters in between Earth and the sun. It's foolproof. It doesn't matter what diameter sun you use, whether it's a 1mm or 1 centimeter, a 10 centimeter, anything you want. All you do is multiply it by 108, and that will give you the exact distance that Earth would be from that sun. Any diameter you want, right? That's easy. So you have a sun, you want to know how far Earth is away, you multiply it by 108, because there are 108 suns between us and the sun. They're numbers. To find out Earth's diameter, if we divide the sun's diameter by, well, we'll do it this way, by the Earth's, if we divide the sun's diameter by Earth's diameter, we get the number 109. It's 109.0, right? So, we know, according to their numbers, there are 109 planet Earth's diameters in the sun's diameter. So, all you need, whatever diameter, 1 centimetre, you multiply that by 108 to get the distance to Earth, and then you would divide that 1 centimetre by 109, and you get tiny Earth's diameter. This is all proportionally correct. It stayed exactly the same ratio as the real thing. So when we have these things like this, we work on 8 minutes and 20 seconds. For the light to reach whatever sun, whatever diameter you choose, as long as you keep everything to scale, as long as everything is 108 sun diameters distant, and as long as you divide that sun's diameter by 109, you'll get the correct diameter for planet Earth. Everything is bang on. It will always take 8 minutes and 20 seconds for the light to reach any sun that you choose, any size, to the Earth. That will have to fall into place with whatever size sun you use. Any size sun, because we're looking at this, it's staying proportionally correct. Any size sun that you use, if they all stay like this, multiply by 108 the distance, it will always take any size sun that you use. If you keep these numbers all the same, it will always take 4.6 seconds for these suns to radiate right the distance of their diameter. So that would be about there, that would be about there, and this one would be about there. And if it was this big, it would be about there. The numbers, everything is in proportion, the correct scale. Can you hear this rain? Last week, there have been days where it's man-made climate change, the heat, right? Man-made climate change, and then during the evening, we revert back to just normal planetary climate, like cold this time of year. With the rain, where is the line? Where is the line between normal rain, and rain caused by man-made climate rain? How do we tell the difference? Because when there's big floods, catastrophic floods, and people are dying and livestock's getting swept down river, everybody's like, oh, it's man-made climate change. Where is the line? Is there a certain mils per hour or something? Just asking for a friend, okay? I know the answer already. It's all normal climate, because planet Earth it has a molten core, and it's in an elliptical orbit around an unpredictable star, isn't it? An elliptical orbit around an unpredictable star. And people really expect next year's climate, next year, to be exactly the same as it is today. And they're a bit surprised if it's hotter or colder. It should always remain the same, shouldn't it? No. No, it can never be the same. Nobody knows what the climate is going to do next year, next month, next week even, right? It's impossible to know. Nobody can call man-made climate change. To call man-made climate change, what you're telling everybody if you make those claims is that you know everything about the climate, every single variable. You know every single variable about every angle of everything when it comes to the climate. That's the only way somebody could call man-made climate change. And nobody has that information. There are infinite amount of reasons why the planet could either heat up or cool down. Loads of reasons that we don't even know about. But no, everybody falls for all of the horseradish. People claiming knowledge that cannot be known. Again, aren't they? Nobody knows why the planet's either warming up or cooling down. Nobody knows. It's impossible. Too many variables. Anyway, I don't want to pin myself out. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the moon as a sun. Somebody asked, how is it that planet Earth ended up with, what was it, 12 or 31, 32 kilometers in diameter? It's the same math, all right? So I'll come back and yeah, we're going to have a moon that is going to turn into our sun. I wonder how Daisy the cow feels about that. All right, be back soon-ish.